Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. We are doing something a little bit different today. I have filmed my foundation routine for you. I get asked all the time about what foundation I'm wearing when you do see me on the Instagram, especially on my stories, and I've got my full glam on. This is my full glam beat face look. There are a lot of steps, probably more than you realize, but I'm going to try and talk you through them as best I can. I am absolutely not a makeup Instagrammer or YouTuber, so I'm going to do my best with my very professional sheet hanging behind me. So I pre-did my eyes and brows. I didn't include them in this video because I didn't want it to go too long and I've never done a makeup video before. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. I hope that you pick up some tips. That's my thing, right, when I do clients, because this is my signature look. This is my style of makeup. I feel like if you are paying someone to do your makeup, you want to have people go, oh my God, where did you get your makeup done? You want to look like you've had your makeup done, right? Am I right? I'm right. So keep on watching and I will show you how to achieve this look. Alrighty then, let us dive right in. Oh, my lash. Give that a little squeeze. Yeah, I already did my eyes because boring. You can watch lots of tutorials on them, but I feel like I do my skin. If you want like full coverage, borderline drag queen style makeup, I'm your girl. Let's just dive right in. So I'm going to answer some questions while I'm doing this. I'll try and remember to talk through the products, but if I forget anything, I am going to list it all down below anyway. So first thing is first, I am going to prime me face. I love this. I discovered this Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer a couple of months ago, and it is, I wish this had smell-o-vision. Like, it is the best smelling stuff I've ever put on my face. So it's super hydrating and moisturizing, and I'll just rub that right into my skin. I feel like it's more a skincare step than like a makeup step, but I love it. We're gonna cover all that up anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but it feels good. This will not come off until you rub it off with oil to like emulsify the makeup and break it down. That's how much makeup we are putting on today. Okay. Then I go in with a more like tacky longwear primer. This is the mattifying Pro Filter Instant Retouch one by Fentry. It's nearly empty, so I'm like scraping the barrel here. Again, just rub that in. It helps your makeup stick. You know, you'll find different primers that work for you, and not every primer works with every foundation either, which is something I learned the hard way. Some of them just do not mix. Individually they might be great, but mixed together, not fantastic. Okay, I'm going to answer some questions while we go. So first question is, how old are you? Let's start with an easy one. I am 27. I turned 28 in November. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm sorry that you feel like I have to apologize to you. That's how Sagittarius I am. Okay, now we're going to do foundation. Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation is hands down the best, most full coverage foundation you will ever get in your life. I definitely do not wear this every day, like absolutely not. But when I'm going full glam and I'm going out, this is my go-to. This is in the shade Baklava, which I only use when I have a tan. And I just apply it with a big chunky brush. This is a Morphe brush. I have no idea which one. Sorry. It's very old and quite dirty. So I'll just do a couple of pumps and go in with my brush. And just stipple that on. So you want to stipple this, you don't want to smudge it around. You can also apply it with a sponge, but I feel like to get the most coverage out of it, a brush is best. Do not forget to take this down your neck. You do not finish your foundation on your jawline. Up into your ear as well, especially if you're going to wear your hair up. I always put foundation on my ears. Don't worry too much about under your eyes because we are going to put concealer there, so it doesn't matter too much. I also don't like putting too much product on my forehead just because I have a big Grand Canyon wrinkle that creases across my forehead, so the more makeup I put on it, the more creasy it becomes. I'll just make sure I blend up into my hairline because we don't want to have the mask of beauty. Do you have blonde hair? Do you hate having an orange hairline? I used to have white blonde hair like when it was really, really short, and it was so hard to do my makeup. I always had like an orange rim around my face because it would blend up into my hairline. After I've done the brush, I will just go in with my sponge. If I can find it. Where the fuck did I put it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I will just go in with my sponge and just in my little creasy bits, I do like to tap out and just make sure it's really smooth. And this foundation dries down super matte, which I love for a full coverage night out look. Next, we are going to do some highlighting with concealer. So I use Shape Tape. There is no dupe for this. Do not believe the internet. It lied to you, I know, shocking. There is no dupe for Shape Tape. This is the most full coverage, smooth, perfect concealer you'll ever use in your entire life. And now you can get it in Sephora in Australia, which you never used to be able to do until recently. You used to have to order it from the States, from the Tarte website, and pay ridiculous shipping. But now it's at Sephora. See how it's not that much lighter than my foundation? I mean, it's a few shades lighter. It's light enough to brighten it, but it's not too bright. So I'll do my chin, my nose, Cupid's bow. I only put the tiniest little bit on my forehead again because I have the Grand fucking Canyon of wrinkles on my forehead. Then what I'll do is I'll take a shade a bit lighter. This is light beige. It is very light as opposed to the medium shade, but I'll just pop that right in the inner corner there, just to brighten up the very, very inner corner. So what we're going to do is take our beauty sponge. This one looks like a butt plug, but I like this shape because you can get right in up under your eye. And then start down here and work your way up to that inner corner. Because you don't want to spread that bright color down onto your cheeks. You just want to concentrate that up in that inner corner of your eye. Okay, now we are all blended with our concealer. We are going to go in with cream contour. So this is the Fenty Beauty, what are they called? Matchsticks, that's right. Fenty Beauty Matchsticks. I love this shade. It's in Mocha and it is so perfect for contouring. So I'll actually not go directly onto my foundation with this stick. I'll just take a brush. This is from Kmart and it's just a chunky little brush like that. You guys asked for this tutorial so much and I don't think you realize how much makeup is involved in getting me to looking like that. Like, this is not something I do every day. This is for full glam nights out, weddings. Okay, and we just want to pat that. We don't want to scrape too much because we don't want to disturb the foundation underneath. I'm just going to pat that in. We're obviously going to snatch the jawline and get rid of this. I used to be so scared to contour my jaw because I didn't want to have a big line, but you just have to really blend it out and it looks so good in photos. I would never do this during the day, but of a night time, absolutely. Just get under that gobble there and just look at that angle that creates. It's such a sharp jawline. Now we've done our cream products, what we want to do is start our powder products. I told you there was a lot to this. Oh shit, I meant to be answering questions, whoops. Yeah. So before I jump into another question, I am going to go in with the Huda Beauty setting powder in Sugar Cookie. It's just translucent. It is hands down the best powder I've ever used in my entire life. It is phenomenal. I love it. And we are gonna bake. So dip your beauty blender in, the same one you used for your concealer. Make sure that there aren't any little creases in there before you start because you don't want to bake your creases in. And then we are just going to press this into the skin. So next question, what gives you confidence? You guys? I don't know. I think I'm just a naturally confident person. I never used to be, but as I've gotten older, I think I have kind of grown into myself and my personality a lot more. I'm someone that is kind of a leader. I used to be really scared of people thinking that I was too bossy or controlling. I wish that as a child I'd been told that they were leadership skills that were developing and not being a bossy boots. So I've really grown into my confidence in my leadership abilities, and I think that's helped me be more confident in every other aspect of my life. I've realized that it's actually an asset to have, and lots of people don't have that ability. Okay, we're going in with a Huda Beauty bronzer. Now this is the new caramel shade. I will only use this if I have a tan, but because I have a tan at the moment, it is perfect. And because this is a night out look, we can go a little ham with the bronzing. So just small circular motions and patting down the cheek. I like bringing my contour quite a way in so you can actually see it from the front. You're gonna just go up onto the forehead. It's gonna get a big like fluffier brush. When did you really start taking an interest in fashion? And did you make your own clothes before? No, I cannot sew. I have some very talented friends who can. I have a very talented mother who can. I have a very talented stepsister who can. I am not a sewer. I have always loved fashion, like loved fashion. It's always been an interest of mine. I actually used to have a makeup page, and whilst I do love makeup, obviously, I used to get a lot more engagement and feedback on my posts that I posted kind of full body, not just makeup shots of my outfits, asking where they're from and how I styled them and stuff. So that's where I decided to start Dress My Curves, and that has grown very rapidly and seems to be much more in demand than the oversaturated space of being a makeup artist on social media. I just love fashion. I love clothes. I love styling. I love helping plus size women find things that everyone else gets to wear and style, and just finding the best way to style it for their bodies instead of the stereotypical size 10 body that is marketed to us. Oh, that's a fun one. Who's your favorite superhero? So obviously I'm going to say Wonder Woman because she's the badass feminist, but in terms of who I like to look at the most, absolutely Aquaman. Jason Momoa is the love of my life. My husband knew when he married me that it was a condition of marriage. Should the opportunity ever arise, Jason Momoa is my hall pass. I'm just kidding. Now, okay, I should probably talk you through this bit. I'm going to cut my contour with the same translucent powder just to give that really sharp line. I start about halfway from my bottom of my ear and top of my ear there. So I'll start about halfway, and just with that same sponge again, I cut that right down to my mouth. We're going in on the other side. So this is just going to give us a little bit of extra definition and make our cheekbones beautiful and sharp. Now we don't bake that one for too long. Just this cheek bit we leave for just a minute while we dust off the rest of our powder. So by now, most of that has actually soaked into our face and is really locking that foundation and concealer in place. So I'm just using a small fluffy brush. This is from Real Techniques to just dust off. Just gonna do a quick little contour of the nose. I don't contour my nose too much. Give it a little bit of definition, more to make sure it's like standing out of our face and doesn't kind of disappear into the foundation. We wanna make sure that it still stands out of our face. Favorite brand of clothing? Brand. Look, I love, oh God, there's so many. I don't know how to choose. I love Little Party Dress. I always have. I love ASOS. It's like the one-stop shop for literally everything. It's not a brand, but it's an online retailer. I love The Iconic. It's got some bangers actually. I really like Showpo at the moment too. I'm very happy with them recently. Alrighty, before we do anything else, we are going to give ourselves a spritz with some Max Fix Plus. If you didn't know, this helps kind of dissolve that powdery look so you're not too cakey before we go in with the next layer of makeup. I told you it was a lot. Okay, so while that was drying, I just went in and finished off my under eye. I just popped on some of the transition shade and a bit of bottom lash mascara, nothing too fancy. We are on the home stretch, my friends. So what we're going to do now is take another powder. Now this is by MAC. It is the Studio Fix Powder Foundation. This is just going to add another level of coverage. You don't have to do this step. I just love it for a little bit of extra brightness. So we're just going to take this little MAC brush. Again, I'm really sorry, I have no idea what this is. The number has completely rubbed off. I've had it for years. And we're just going to, right in that inner corner, pop in, like you can see the difference between the two sides, just up in here. We don't want to go too over the top because it is quite brightening. And a little bit on the bridge, a little bit on the chin, a little bit on the forehead of the leftover. And because it's a foundation powder, not just a pressed powder, it does add a level of coverage as well, which I love. All right, we probably have time for one last question. I am going to go in with highlighter. I'm going to use the Amrezy Anastasia collab. Look at that highlighter. Oh, it is to die for. So what I have been liking doing recently is actually using my beauty blender and going in, dipping into the highlighter and then pressing it into my skin. Look at that, seriously. Oh, I want to bathe myself in this. Just, I don't know, I just love it. Like, it just feels more skin-like. It like seems to soak in to my skin so much nicer when I press it in like this with the beauty blender instead of like dusting it on top with a brush. Just gonna take a little mini brush and do the nose. So a little dot there and a little rub there on the bridge, and then of course the brow bone. Come on, focus. Okay, must do self-care. That's a really good question. As much as I seem like an extrovert, I am actually a very extroverted introvert, and I love being by myself. To be completely honest, that includes my children sometimes. To recharge my batteries, I need to be alone. I need space. If that means walking around the shops. I don't care if there's people everywhere. I just like to not engage with people. That helps me recharge my batteries, get my head screwed back on, and then I'm good to go. But my self-care is alone time, and it doesn't really matter what I'm doing as long as I'm alone. Sometimes my husband will get home from work and I have to pick my daughter up from dancing. Sometimes I'll leave 10 minutes early so I can just sit in the car for 10 minutes by myself. So alone time is my self-care. I'm now going to go in with this super cute little Chi palette. You can get these at Target. These are the cutest blushes. This is a little peach one. My son has dug his big ass finger into this and wrecked the middle shade, but it's fine, we love him. So this is like a corally peachy color, and we're gonna blend it back in between where we've got our contour and our highlight. I don't like blush like right on the apples of my cheeks because they are quite, like, look at them. They're like big balls on my cheeks. They're so round. So I'll just do a light dusting and then put the majority of my blush back along here. It's just such a pretty color. Okie dokie, we are going to do another spritz. We are now finished our powder products. So one final step, if I'm feeling like extra, I will take that foundation powder on my beauty blender and just give this a little bit more of a carve out really lightly. Yes. I don't always do this, but sometimes I just feel like it. I feel like I need some extra cheekbone in my life. If you feel like you went too heavy on it, it's totally fine. Just give it a little I just love that look. If you do want to add a little extra glow, I do like bringing my highlight right down onto my cheeks so you can see it from the front. This is the Huda Beauty highlight palette in... I have no fucking idea, but they're the colours in it. This pink one here, you can see that I use it quite a lot, is beautiful. So I will take this on my cheeks, and it does throw quite pink, so it kind of looks like a shimmery blush. Like, see how you can see that from the front now? Hopefully you can. I can't tell if you can see it or not, but you can see it from the front. I like to glow, okay? I am going to go and finish up my lips and I will be right back. So this is the finished look. All we need to do now is give a little spritz of setting spray. Of course, the Urban Decay All Nighter. This shit is magical. You cannot beat it. A nice healthy dose. And that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think. I know I'm not a makeup Instagrammer or YouTuber, but I do get asked all the time about my skin in particular. So this is it. This is the full beat. I told you there's lots of steps. You don't just look like that. It takes a while. I've obviously cut this video down. I can usually do my makeup start to finish in about an hour. And that's with a pretty dramatic eye. I feel like I've perfected my ideal perfect skin that I really love. And I really hope that you guys love this too. All of the products will be listed below. You don't have to spend a fortune on makeup. These are just the products that I have tried and tested and I know last. When I tell you that you can literally jump into the ocean with this face on and it is not going anywhere, I mean it. This is staying all day and all night, and you can sleep in it, don't sleep in it, wash it off, but you could sleep in it and wake up and go out again the next day and it would still look flawless. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and I will catch you in my next video. Mwah.